for United, the United squad now, right? Okay, if just say that you take over at Woodward's position, lah, okay, and you are in charge of the transfer, lah, okay, what would you do to improve our current squad?
To be very honest, right, I think we definitely need another striker. That's for sure. We need another striker.
I want to interrupt Ramya very quickly. I think you guys should buy another Maguire for 80 million pounds.
Yeah.
Where's the kick button? Where's the kick button? I'm looking for the kick button.
Hello.
Just one thing. Okay, just bear in mind that we have to be realistic with our budget, because all this while our net spend is about 75 mil. Okay, plus minus 75 mil. So we gotta just say that we have that amount of money. Where would you spend it on?
To be very honest, right, I would want to strengthen the defense first, definitely. I think personally, this is my opinion. I'm not very comfortable with Maguire. To be very honest, I'm not comfortable with Maguire at all. If we had the money, all these talks about Dayo Upamecano coming on, would be good if we could actually get that kind of defenders. But to be very honest, right, if Maguire is in, okay, playing with our squad, there's a lot of possibilities that, there's a lot of fans who won't be very confident. But, having said that, I'm quite happy that Bailly signed an extension in his contract. What about you guys, Dom and Doc? What do you think about Bailly signing an extension? Do you feel happy
good,
about it?
I'll go first, Doc. He's good. I mean, he has the pace to... Actually, I think Maguire isn't that bad. It's the pairing that is the problem. Okay, because they are lacking pace, and then this Lindelof, his aerial defense is crap. Okay, so the opponents can actually take advantage of that. But Bailly, he's good. But the problem with him is he can't stay fit. Okay, there's two issues here. He can't stay fit. Okay, he will be Van der Beek's partner on the bench. Okay, and then another thing is, having signed Bailly with a 4 years, I think a 4 years contract, right? What happened is, I think they basically closed the idea of maybe getting another proper center defensive centre back into our team. I think I mean, judging from the way that MU has been doing their transfer, right, I think it seems like it, because I think the areas that we really need to reinforce is another centre back and a proper CDM. One CDM that can actually govern the midfield, like a Kante or maybe a Declan Rice. So
someone who can replace Fred, someone who can basically take over Fred's role, right, in that sense, because Fred, he gives me that goosebumps sometimes the way he plays. One moment he's playing really well, next moment he's like leaving loopholes, nutmegs and so on and so forth. But to me personally, I think yes, a good CDM would be good. But to be honest, as of now, I can't think of anyone because I can't think of anyone in particular. To be very honest, because of the current squad that we have. I think the depth that we have is pretty good. So I don't know who is going to be the right person is going to be coming in. But you are right, Dom. I agree with you 100%. That a good centre back and a good CDM would be a very good thing to focus on. During the next games moving forward, and of course next season. But if I could just ask, I'm just curious. Doc and Dom, right? Who would you think would be a good a replacement for Fred, or if you had a good CDM to come into our squad?
Yeah, thanks. I think I got a fantastic suggestion for you. Why not we just buy Virgil van Dijk from Liverpool? There's going to be no Champions League football next year at Anfield. I'm sure the best players want to play in the Champions League. Might as well come across, right? Sorry, Hari, I couldn't.
Apparently, he was supposed to come to United first, if I'm not mistaken, before he actually went to Liverpool. Supposedly.
Yeah, actually, I mean, it's a very good buy, Virgil van Dijk. To be honest, I saw him when he was Celtic in some of the Champions League games, and I was a bit impressed actually at the time. I was thinking he was one of the good centre backs at that point of time, but Klopp made a good buy by bringing him and Alisson together. I think Alisson has also been your saviour this season. Yeah. The reason why you say there's a lot of chances created by other teams, but you're only conceding one goal is actually down to Alisson.
Yep,
not
I agree.
Defense,
I agree. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Going back to who I think, let's see. 100%. First talking about Fred. I think Fred does a decent job of winning the ball back. He's very hardworking in that sense, but his passing for a Brazilian is crap. You know,
His shooting, his passing is not bad. His passing is okay. By the way, Ram, you're not aware of this, but I'm pretty much more of a supporter of Fred than McTominay lah. And then on the other hand, most people are against Fred.
Oh, okay.
I got another question for you, but I'll save it for later. Doug, continue. Sorry.
Yeah. So anyway, I think Bailly, we saw him doing very well in his first season. The problem, and I agree with Dom. The problem is keeping him fit, because he's like there for a couple of games, maximum 4-5 games, then he gets injured again. So it's not, it doesn't bring you that stability in center of defense if you keep losing one of your pairing every each time lah. You see Rio and Vidic previously, Gary Pallister and Bruce, Sammy Hipia and what's the other guy?
Jamie Carragher.
Yeah, they never got injured, so frequently. So the pairing is there throughout the season and gives you the stability at the back. But having said that, I think if you're asking me for one signing, I would say the first thing would be to ensure that you keep Edinson Cavani. That would be my key signing. If he goes, then I think we'll probably need a striker, a real good number 9. I can only think of few people, probably Kane, probably Haaland, Lewandowski, who will never leave Bayern.
Haaland, definitely.
And probably we might even consider Cristiano Ronaldo, since he's now moving into more of a number 9. But if Cavani stays another season, and we can actually mold Greenwood to be the number 9, then I think Declan Rice. Declan Rice has really impressed me in both for West Ham and England. I think if he comes, he can be a double pivot, and you don't need another defensive mid. He's that good. He actually breaks down attacks, and he actually, the passes that he plays forward is fantastic. So he would be a really good addition, I feel. And it will allow us to play even a more attacking midfielder in the double pivot.
A good player.
I also think, I just thought of a player, I couldn't think of it earlier, but now I thought of a name, Jack Grealish.
If
what
Pogba
do you guys think?
Jack Grealish would be a good substitute for Pogba, I feel. But at the moment now, I think if he comes in, then I think there's not much, he get position for him to play, to be in the starting 11, I feel. But if Pogba does leave, I think he will feel that role. Because since now Pogba is playing more on the left-hand side, moving forward, right? I think that would be a good position for Grealish. That is his natural position anyway.
Yeah, it's a great signing, Ram. I'm just wondering where would you consider to play him if he joins with Pogba still there? Because a lot of those attacking roles are already occupied with surplus.
Look at Van der Beek. Look at our Van der Beek, Donny boy.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, I should have asked you all that earlier, like when you asked me how's Thiago, how's Donny, bro?
Hey, talking about fitness level, the guy is super fit, man. He warms up by the 5th minute. He's already warming up. Okay, that is passion for you, my friend. That is passion.
He's really a semangat guy. He really warms up, and then he gets 2 minutes. I feel a bit sorry for him, but I think they haven't found a right place to use him, and I think he will have a better second season. Mark my words.
Definitely, he will be our star next season, because for the limited games that he's playing, the time that he's playing, you can actually see the spark of genius, the runs that he's making and stuff like that. So I think the coming season he will shine.
Yeah, he won't be a obvious starter looking at the positions, but he would be a very good backup in some of the smaller games. And you can, if Ole trust him enough, and you actually, if he also performs, he can actually afford Bruno Fernandes some rest in that position. Let's see how it goes next season.
Okay, for those.
Yep. But coming back to your question, Doc, when you asked me if Pogba is still in of course in our squad, and how do we put Jack Grealish into our squad if let's say we do get him right. What I'll probably do is I'll take Fred out of the equation. Okay, first of all, I'll leave McTominay, because I'm a big fan of McTominay. I think he's pretty decent. I think he's pretty good. He'll come through the game definitely for sure. I'll leave Pogba and Bruno in the middle of the park for sure, because those two they really give us a very good attacking flair, and I see the partnership going very, very strong. However, I would also definitely put Jack Grealish on the left hand side. Okay, for sure. I will definitely stick with either Greenwood or of course James on the right hand side. But having said that, I would put Rashford up front, because when you put Jack Grealish on the left hand side, it takes the pressure off Rashford, so he can focus more, scoring goals, being that false 9 or and so on and so forth, and really just help Cavani. And Cavani should be partnering Rashford as well. So I think he's going to be a major attacking force if that happens, when the crosses are whipped in, because his crosses are just, I don't know how to say this, but when I watch him cross the ball, it reminds me a little bit about Beckham, the way he swerves the ball into the box. I think that would definitely create a very good, I think that would be a very, very strong midfield that we're going to have.
I also think he'd be a good player to have, whether to put pressure on your current first teamers. But do we have that luxury? I think there are other areas that probably need to be fixed before we go there. I don't know. I mean, depending on what the funds are available and what the manager wants as well. But he would be a fantastic addition to any team, to be honest.